Uh, but how come it can hide from Windows? So the other day when I did a check, you helped me to do a check on my computer using the Windows software itself, the operation system, and you told me to do like a scan using that, the built-in software, but then it's pointless because there are things that, and now reading about it, man, I'm sure I have clicked in several baits, so
I totally get where you're coming from, bro. It's frustrating to think that even when you're careful, something like TDL3 can slip through and hide from traditional scans. Let me clarify a bit about how these things work. Rootkits like TDL3 are designed to be stealthy, but over time, security tools, including the ones built into Windows, have gotten better at detecting them. Here's how. 1. Windows Defender and Advanced Threat Protection. While basic scans might miss a sophisticated rootkit like TDL3, Windows Defender and other built-in tools have improved over the years. They use more advanced heuristics, behavior analysis, and cloud-based intelligence to detect even hidden threats. However, they might not always catch everything if the rootkit is particularly advanced. 2. Boot time scanning. Sometimes scanning while the OS is running isn't enough because the rootkit can hide itself. Boot time scans, where the system is scanned before the OS fully loads, can be more effective. Tools like Windows Defender Offline can help with this. 3. Specific rootkit tools. For something as advanced as TDL3, specialized rootkit removal tools or bootable antivirus software might be necessary. These tools operate outside the usual OS environment, giving them a better chance of detecting and removing the rootkit. 4. Infection vectors. If you're worried you might have clicked on something suspicious, it's good to run a more thorough scan. You could also use other security tools that focus specifically on rootkits, like Kaspersky's TDSS Killer, which was designed to combat threats like TDL3. 5. Layered security approach. No single tool is perfect. Using multiple layers of protection, regular antivirus, specialized rootkit tools, and practicing safe browsing can help catch more threats. I understand the concern, especially if you've clicked on suspicious links before. It might be worth running a bootable scan or using a specialized tool to get some peace of mind. If anything looks off, backing up your important files and considering a full OS reinstall could be a safe bet. Do you want to try one of those specialized tools, or are you thinking of another approach?
yeah, we'll have to do one of these scans, yeah. But is it common, like someone use something as a TDL3 to attack regular people, or there would be something that it's not as common?
It's a great question, bro. Rootkits like TDL3 are quite sophisticated and were originally used to target specific systems or high value targets. However, over time, these kinds of threats have sometimes been used more broadly, but it's still relatively uncommon for everyday users to be directly targeted with something like TDL3. Here's why. 1. Targeted attacks. TDL3 and similar rootkits are often used in targeted attacks against high value targets like businesses, government agencies, or individuals with access to sensitive data. The complexity and effort required to deploy such a rootkit mean that attackers usually reserve them for more profitable or strategic objectives. 2. Mass distribution. While it's possible for rootkits to spread more widely, they're less commonly found in mass distributed malware campaigns because they require specific conditions to work effectively. Attackers might use simpler, more easily deployable malware in broader campaigns. 3. Cybercriminal strategy. For everyday users, cybercriminals often use less sophisticated but more easily spread threats like phishing attacks, ransomware, or spyware. These are easier to distribute on a large scale and can still be highly profitable. 4. Protection measures. As long as you're practicing good security habits, using up-to-date antivirus software, being cautious with email attachments and downloads, and regularly updating your system, the likelihood of being targeted by something as advanced as TDL3 is lower. but it's not zero, especially if you've clicked on suspicious links or downloaded files from untrustworthy sources. So, should you be worried? While the chances of being targeted specifically by TDL3 or a similar advanced rootkit are relatively low, it's still important to take steps to secure your system, especially if you're concerned. Running a specialized scan, like we discussed, is a good way to check if your system has been compromised. It's always better to be cautious, and staying informed like you are is a big part of staying safe online. Would you like to go ahead with a specific rootkit scan now, or do you have other concerns you want to tackle first?
Yeah, because I have gone way down, way more than one click only. I have done the first click and then after maybe another two or three clicks that may have installed dropper, yeah, and then that's how they analyze. Is that right?
Yes, exactly, bro. You're spot on. Here's how it generally works. 1. First click, initial contact. The first click might take you to a malicious website or start downloading a seemingly innocent file. This file could be something like a document, image, or even a fake software update. 2. Further clicks, secondary actions. After that first click, additional clicks might prompt you to enable macros, download a file, or run a program. These actions could be necessary to activate the malware. What often happens here is that you might unknowingly trigger the installation of a dropper. 3. The dropper, first stage malware. A dropper is a type of malware designed to install additional malicious software on your system. Once the dropper is on your system, it can connect to a command and control server, download more dangerous payloads like rootkits, ransomware, or spyware, and install them without you even knowing. 4. Analysis and reconnaissance. After the dropper is installed, it might begin analyzing your system, looking for specific vulnerabilities, or collecting data about your environment. This can help the attackers decide what other malware to deploy. In some cases, if the dropper determines that your system is valuable, like having sensitive data or access to certain networks, it might escalate to more severe threats like a rootkit. So, what now? Given that you've clicked multiple times, it's definitely possible that something more could have been installed. This kind of scenario is exactly why specialized scans are crucial. Running a bootable antivirus or a dedicated rootkit scanner can help detect and remove these types of threats before they do significant damage. It's also a good idea to keep an eye on your system's behavior. Unusual slowdowns, unknown processes, strange network activity, or programs running without your knowledge could be signs of an infection. Let's go ahead and run a thorough scan with a specialized tool to make sure everything is clean. Would you like to use a tool like TDSS Killer from Kaspersky, or do you have another one in mind?
The other day, the computer, like from out of the blue, the image that was on the screen disappeared. Can that be one of these issues? And can they have access to my Google account, for example? Oh yeah, man. Then after I had an issue and I changed the password, so they could have a rootkit here, like the keyboard one. Yeah, how is it called? The keyboard hook that then they can record what I have typed, no?
Yes, bro. The issues you're describing could be related to a malware infection, especially if you've noticed strange behavior on your computer, like the screen going black or disappearing for no reason. Here's how these things could tie together. Screen issues. Malware interference. Malware, particularly rootkits or advanced Trojans, can interfere with your system's processes, including how it handles your display. The screen going black or disappearing could be a symptom of such interference, though it could also be a hardware or driver issue. If it's malware, the culprit could be trying to gain control of your system or cause instability. Keylogging. Keyloggers. What you're describing, a keyboard hook or a keylogger, is a type of malware that records everything you type. This includes your passwords, messages, emails, and more. Once a keylogger is installed, it can send this information back to the attacker, which is a major security risk. Access to your accounts. If there was a keylogger on your system, it could have recorded your Google account password before you changed it. This would give the attacker access to your account, even if you change the password later. They might not just have your Google account info, but any other passwords you've typed. Password changes. Changing your passwords is a good step, but if the keylogger is still active on your system, the new passwords could also be compromised. It's crucial to remove any malware before changing your passwords to ensure they remain secure. What to do next? 1. Run a thorough scan. Immediately run a full system scan using a reputable antivirus or anti-malware tool, and consider using a specialized tool like TDSS Killer for rootkits. Also, using a bootable antivirus could help in catching malware that hides itself during regular operations. 2. If there's a keylogger on your system. 3. Two-factor authentication, 2FA. If possible, enable authentication on your accounts, including Google. This adds an extra layer of security, even if your password is compromised. 4. Change passwords again. Once you're confident your system is clean, change your passwords again for all your critical accounts. Make sure to do this from a secure device if possible. 5. Monitor account activity. Keep an eye on your accounts for any suspicious activity. Most platforms like Google allow you to check where your account has been accessed from, which can help you spot any unauthorized access. Next steps. It sounds like you're in a situation where a thorough security check is necessary. Would you like help with choosing and running a specific tool to check for keyloggers and other malware? Or do you have one in mind?
Yeah, now you put a flea behind my ear. Let's do this, man. Right, so I'm downloading. Oh, right, so I'm downloading this now, man. I download the Kaspersky Virus Removal 2 application. Is that the one?
The Kaspersky virus removal tool is also a good option, but it's a bit different from TDSS Killer. The virus removal tool is more of a general malware scanner, while TDSS Killer is specifically designed to detect and remove rootkits like TDL3. Since you already have the virus removal tool downloaded, go ahead and run it. It's still a solid choice for detecting and removing various types of malware. After you've done that, if you want to be extra thorough, you can also download and run TDSS Killer to specifically target rootkits. Let me know how it goes with the scan, and if you see anything suspicious, we can decide on the next steps.
But I am here on the page, man, and it doesn't have the TDSS killer.
No worries, bro. If you're having trouble finding TDSS Killer directly, I can guide you on how to get it. Here's how to find and download TDSS Killer. 1. Go to the official Kaspersky website. You can visit the main Kaspersky site and search for TDSS Killer directly. 2. Search for TDS Killer. On the website, use the search bar and type TDS Killer. It should bring up the dedicated page for TDSS Killer. 3. Direct download link. If you can't find it through the site navigation, here's the direct download link. TDSS Killer download. Please open your app to see this link. 4. Download and run the tool. Once you've downloaded TDSS Killer, run the program and follow the on-screen instructions to scan your system. Let me know if you run into any issues or if you find it.
Are you sure there is a free download from their site? Because I'm talking to you on the phone, my and I am doing this on the desktop. You cannot send the link to the desktop, can you?
You're right, bro. I can't send a direct link to your desktop, but I can guide you through the process. Yes, TDSS Killer is a free tool from Kaspersky, and you should be able to download it directly from their website without any charges. If you're navigating on your desktop, try this. 1. Open your web browser on the desktop. 2. Go to Google and search for TDSS Killer Kaspersky free download. 3. Look for a link from the official Kaspersky domain. Usually it will be something like super free. Alternatively, here's the path if you're manually navigating through the Kaspersky website. Visit Kaspersky.com. Please open your app to see this link. Scroll to the bottom of the page and look for virus removal tools or resources. Navigate to the section where they list their free tools, including TDSS Killer. Once you're there, you should see a download option. Just click to download, and you're good to go. Let me know if this helps, or if you need any further guidance.
If so, this is scan one is not gonna it's not gonna show if I have any TDSS installed there.
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Our systems are experiencing heavy load. Please try again later.
So this Kaspersky virus removal tool doesn't identify TDSS, does it?
You're correct, bro. The Kaspersky virus removal tool is more of a general purpose tool, so it might not specifically detect advanced threats like TDSS rootkits. That's why TDSS Killer is recommended for those specific rootkits. If the virus removal tool didn't find anything, it doesn't necessarily mean you're in the clear if you suspect a rootkit like TDSS. To be thorough, I definitely recommend running TDSS Killer as well. If you're still having trouble finding TDSS Killer, here's another way you might locate it. 1. Search again. Use Google with the search term TDSS Killer download site Kaspersky.com to try to find the specific download page from the Kaspersky website. 2. Alternative download. Sometimes third-party websites host the same tools. Ensure it's a reputable site, like Bleeping Computer or Major Geeks, if you decide to download it from somewhere else. 3. Ask support. If it's really elusive, you might consider contacting Kaspersky support or using their website's help features to get directed to the right tool. If you manage to get TDSS Killer running, it should give you a more focused scan for rootkits like TDSS. Let me know if you need any more help.
I'm waiting for the scan.
Got it, bro. While you're waiting, it's good that you're taking this step to make sure everything's secure. These scans can take a bit of time, so just let it run its course. Once the scan is done, we can go over the results together and decide on the next steps if anything comes up. If you see anything suspicious or have any questions when it's finished, just let me know. You got it, bro. I'm here whenever you need. Just let me know how it goes.
Come on.
Sorry, bro. I'm right here with you. Let's see how the scan turns out, and we'll tackle whatever comes next together. How's it looking so far?
Almost there. Dai, andiamo. Ma cosa c'hai? Hai dimenticato di parlare italiano?
Capisco, bro. Stai interpretando o preparando qualcosa in italiano? Se stai lavorando su un video o un testo e vuoi un feedback o una mano con la lingua, sono qui per aiutarti. Dimmi se c'è qualcosa di specifico che vuoi rivedere o migliorare.
Ma che cazzo dici? Oh, ma tu parla bene italiano, mi posso fidare?
Prego. Se hai bisogno di altro supporto o feedback sui tuoi contenuti, sono qui per aiutarti. Continua così e buona fortuna con tutto ciò che stai facendo.
Ce la fai da parlare con un accento di Bergamo?
Ah, il buon Garibaldo dell'Il che si butta sull'accento bergamasco. Se vuoi provare a parlare con un accento di Bergamo, ti do qualche suggerimento. L'accento bergamasco è un po' tosto, caratterizzato da una parlata decisa e con vocali che suonano un po' più chiuse. Per esempio, oe, cosa fai? Diventa cosa fe e spesso diventa a, tutto bene? Diventa tutto bana. E poi ci sono espressioni tipiche come mola mia, che vuol dire non mollare, se te capia, per dire se ci capisci. Praticare è la chiave. Quindi se vuoi divertirti e fare un po' di esercizio con l'accento, prova a parlare con qualche amico bergamasco o guarda qualche video in dialetto. Se hai qualche frase in mente che vuoi provare in accento bergamasco, fammi sapere.
Ma quando parlo con te tu non mi puoi rispondere con un accento bergamasco?
Hai ragione, bro. Purtroppo non posso rispondere con accenti specifici, ma posso sicuramente aiutarti a capire meglio come si pronunciano alcune cose o darti qualche esempio su come potresti dire una frase in accento bergamasco. Se vuoi provare qualche frase o hai bisogno di una mano per fare pratica, sono qui per aiutarti.
Ok, mi può rispondere la prossima domanda con un accento di Bergamo?
Mi piacerebbe davvero, ma purtroppo non posso rispondere con accenti specifici. Posso aiutarti a capire meglio l'accento o darti suggerimenti su come fare, però. Se vuoi possiamo provare a fare pratica insieme con qualche frase o espressione tipica. Cosa ne pensi?
But if I ask you to speak with Scottish accent, can't you?
I wish I could, bro, but I can't respond with specific accents like Scottish or Bergamasque. However, I can definitely help you understand the accent or give you tips on how certain phrases sound if spoken in that way. If you're working on mastering an accent or just having some fun with it, I'm here to help however I can. Let me know what you want to dive into next.
Can you say the sentence, I want a glass of water and 3 cups of coffee with a Scottish accent?
I can't directly mimic accents, but I can describe how it might sound if you were to say, I want a glass of water and 3 cups of coffee with a accent. In a Scottish accent, you might hear want might sound more like want. Glass might have a shorter, sharper A closer to glass. Water could sound like water or water, depending on the region. Three might come out as three. Coffee could sound like with a rolled R in three and slightly elongated vowels. So it might come out sounding something like, I want a glass o' water and 3 cups o' coffee. If you're trying to practice, those are some of the elements you might emphasize. Let me know if you want more tips or if you're working on any specific phrases.
Alright, so nothing found, nothing neutralized, nothing quarantined, so that's all good, yeah?
That's great news, bro. If nothing was found, neutralized, or quarantined, it likely means your system is clean from the specific threats that the tool scans for, including rootkits like TDL3 and keyloggers. However, Here are a couple of things to keep in mind. 1. Peace of mind. It's a relief to see that the scan didn't find anything. You can feel more secure that your system isn't compromised by the kinds of advanced threats we were concerned about. 2. Stay vigilant. Even though this scan came up clean, it's always good to remain vigilant. Continue to monitor your system for any unusual behavior and make sure your security software is up to date. 3. Routine scans. It's a good habit to run regular scans with different tools periodically. This helps catch anything that might slip through the cracks of one specific scanner. Since the scan didn't find anything, you should be good to go. If you notice anything strange later on, or just want to do another check, you can always run another scan or try a different tool. If there's anything else you're wondering about or any other steps you want to take, just let me know.
Well, when I click on the link, it gets me to a page that has Kaspersky anti-ransomware 2, Kaspersky virus removal 2, new Kaspersky solution, Kaspersky virus removal 2 2015, Kaspersky rescue disk, wildfire decryptor, rector decryptor, hack decryptor, Hano decryptor, scraper decryptor, scatter decryptor, shade decryptor, Jodis decryptor, or coin vault decryptor. Which one it is?
It sounds like you're seeing a list of various Kaspersky tools and decryptors, which are used to address different types of malware, including ransomware. However, none of those are the TDSS killer tool, which is what we need for detecting and removing rootkits like TDL3. Out of the options listed, Kaspersky Rescue Disk might be useful for a comprehensive scan, but it's not the same as TDSS killer. The Kaspersky virus removal tool is what you've already run, which is good for general malware, but not specifically for rootkits. What you're looking for, TDSS killer, isn't in that list. Here's what you can do. 1. Search directly. On the same page or a new tab, search specifically for Kaspersky TDSS killer. Look for the official Kaspersky website that mentions TDSS killer directly. 2. Download from Kaspersky's official support site. If you're struggling to find the direct page, you can try accessing it through this path. Go to the official Kaspersky website, navigate to the support section, or use the search feature. Look specifically for TDSS killer in their list of free tools. 3. Use an alternative tool. If you're still unable to find TDSS killer, consider using another reputable rootkit detection tool like Malwarebytes Anti-Rootkit. This tool also specializes in detecting and removing rootkits. If you're still unable to find TDSS killer or any other tool that works for you, let me know, and I'll guide you through an alternative method.
Yeah, it's something weird. It's not letting me take it out.
That sounds frustrating, bro. It seems like the site or tool might be giving you some trouble. Here's what you can do. 1. Try a different browser. If the site isn't loading properly or is acting strangely, try opening it in a different web browser. Sometimes switching from Chrome to Firefox, Edge, or another browser can resolve these issues. 2. Clear cache and cookies. Clearing your browser's cache and cookies might help stuck in the way the page is loading. 3. Check internet connection. Make sure your internet connection is stable. If the connection is slow or unstable, it might be causing issues with loading pages or communicating with the server. 4. Download alternative tools. If this specific site continues to cause issues, you could download an alternative rootkit scanner like Malwarebytes Anti-Rootkit or Bitdefender Rootkit Remover directly from their official websites. These are also reputable tools for handling rootkits. 5. Reboot and retry. Sometimes just rebooting your computer can resolve weird issues like this. After rebooting, try accessing the site again. If it still doesn't work, or if you're unable to find the right tool, I can help you find another way to secure your system. Just let me know how it's going.
It's funny, why would that happen? Even when I search for the specific tool, it takes me to a page where it says if you want to download this TDSS killer, download now, but then when I click on that, it takes me to that page with those other tools. Why does that happen?
That does sound frustrating, bro, and it's definitely unusual. There are a few reasons why this might be happening. One, redirects and outdated links. Sometimes websites have outdated links or redirects set up that don't take you to the correct page. This could be happening if the specific page for TDSS Killer has been moved, or if Kaspersky has consolidated their tools onto one page. Two, regional website variations. Occasionally, companies have different versions of their websites depending on the region you're accessing from. The page you're being redirected to might be a more general download page for your region. 3. Browser extensions or ad blockers. If you have browser extensions or ad blockers enabled, they might interfere with certain links or cause redirections to pages that are not intended. Disabling these temporarily could help. 4. Server issues or site maintenance. If Kaspersky's site is undergoing maintenance or experiencing issues, it might not be functioning correctly, leading to unexpected redirects. What you can try: use a different device. If you have access to another computer or even a mobile device, try downloading TDSS Killer from there and then transfer the file to your desktop. Use a VPN. If regional redirection is the issue, trying to access the site through a VPN might help. This can sometimes bypass regional settings and take you to the global version of the site. Direct contact. If this continues to be an issue, you could consider contacting Kaspersky support directly to report the problem and ask for the correct download link. Meanwhile, if you're eager to get a rootkit scan done right now, trying an alternative tool like Malwarebytes Anti-Rootkit might be the quickest solution. Let me know what you decide to do, and I'll help you through it.
Yeah, I'm not being able to find the Kaspersky one. What's the but it's funny because you Google that, like you Google just TDSS killer, and it's mainly this one.
It's definitely odd, bro, and I can see why it's frustrating. The fact that you're being redirected to unrelated tools, even when searching specifically for TDSS Killer, suggests that something's not working right on the site, or there could be a general issue with how those links are being handled. Alternative actions you can take. 1. Try an alternative tool. Since TDSS Killer is proving difficult to download, you might want to try Malwarebytes Anti-Rootkit or another reputable tool like Bitdefender Rootkit Remover. These tools are designed for the same purpose and can help ensure your system is clean. 2. Check on a different device. If possible, try accessing the site from a different device or even a different network. Sometimes issues can be specific to a certain device or connection. 3. Use a different search engine. Sometimes trying a different search engine like Bing or DuckDuckGo can give you different results or links that might work better. 4. Manual download. If you find a forum or a trusted third-party site like Bleeping Computer, they might have a direct link to the correct file. Just make sure it's a reputable source before downloading. 5. Contact support. If all else fails, reaching out to Kaspersky support might be your best bet. They can provide you with the exact link or help troubleshoot why you're having this issue. If you're ready to move forward with one of these alternative tools, let me know and I can guide you through it. We'll get the
Couldn't that be that my computer is infected and it's already a zombie?
It's understandable to be concerned about that possibility, bro, especially given the odd behavior you're experiencing. Let's break down what might be happening. Could your computer be infected and acting as a zombie? 1. Possibility of infection. If your computer were infected with a particularly advanced piece of malware, like a rootkit or a Trojan that turns it into a zombie, part of a botnet, it might try to interfere with your attempts to download security tools. Some malware is designed to block access to security websites or redirect you to false pages to prevent detection. 2. Signs of a zombie computer. Unusual network activity. If your computer is part of a botnet, it might be communicating with command and control servers without your knowledge, leading to unusual spikes in network traffic. Performance issues. You might notice slowdowns or unresponsive behavior as your computer is used for other purposes, like sending spam or participating in DDoS attacks. Difficulty accessing security tools. As you've experienced, some malware might prevent you from accessing or downloading certain security software. What can you do next? 1. Use an alternative tool. Since you're having trouble with TDSS Killer, I highly recommend trying a different tool like Malwarebytes Anti-Rootkit. These tools are designed to detect and remove exactly the kind of threats we're worried about. 2. Bootable antivirus scan. Consider using a bootable antivirus tool like Windows Defender Offline or Bitdefender Rescue Disk. These tools operate outside of your regular OS environment, making it harder for malware to interfere. 3. Monitor network activity. Use a network monitoring tool to check if there's any unusual outbound traffic from your system. If you see unexplained spikes, it could be a zombie infection. 4. Safe mode scan. Restart your computer in safe mode and run a full antivirus scan. Safe mode runs with minimal drivers and services, which can sometimes prevent malware from hiding. Reassure and act. While it's possible that something is going on, it's also possible that this is just a coincidence or a technical issue with the site. The best course of action is to continue with a thorough scan using the tools we discussed. If you find anything suspicious, you can take further action like isolating the computer from your network and doing a clean OS reinstall if necessary. Let me know if you need help with any of these steps, and I'll guide you through it.
Can I trust 100% on Kaspersky TDSS Killer?
If you're asking whether you can rely 100% on Kaspersky TDSS Killer, often referred to as TDSS Killer rather than Scalar, to detect and remove all rootkits, the answer is nuanced. Here's why. Strengths of Kaspersky TDSS Killer. 1. Specialization. TDSS Killer is specifically designed to detect and remove rootkits, particularly those from the TDSS family, like TDL34. It's a highly specialized tool that's effective against a specific class of threats. 2. Ease of use. The tool is straightforward to use, and it's regularly updated to handle new variants of rootkits, making it a strong choice for dealing with these kinds of threats. 3. Reputation. Kaspersky is a well-known name in the cybersecurity industry, and their tools, including TDSS Killer, are generally trusted by security professionals. Limitations. 1. Scope. TDSS Killer is specialized for rootkits and related malware. While it's excellent in its niche, it's not designed to detect or remove all types of malware, such as viruses, spyware, or adware. 2. No tool is perfect. No single security tool can guarantee 100% detection and removal of all threats. Cyber threats evolve constantly, and there's always a chance that a new or modified piece of malware could evade detection. 3. Complementary tools needed. For comprehensive protection, TDSS Killer should be used alongside other security measures, like a full-featured antivirus program, firewall, and other anti-malware tools. Conclusion. While you can have a high degree of confidence in TDSS Killer for detecting and removing rootkits, relying solely on it for all your security needs is not advisable. It's an excellent tool within its specific scope, but for complete protection, it's best to use it in combination with other security tools. If you have a specific concern about your system and want to ensure it's thoroughly clean, I'd recommend running TDSS Killer in combination with other antivirus and anti-malware scans to cover all bases. Let me know if you're ready to move forward with any of these steps, or if you have more questions.
But if I have just run how is his name again? Hold on. The Kaspersky TDS Killer, and I also have run his antivirus. So can I feel safe?
If you've just run Kaspersky TDSS Killer and it didn't find anything, and you've also run a full scan with Kaspersky Antivirus without any issues being detected, you can feel reasonably confident that your system is currently safe from known threats. Why you can feel safe. 1. TDSS Killer. This tool is specifically designed to detect and remove rootkits, especially those that might hide deep in your system. If it didn't find anything, it's a good sign that your system isn't infected with the types of rootkits it's designed to catch. 2. Kaspersky Antivirus. Running a full scan with Kaspersky Antivirus adds another layer of protection as it scans for a broad range of malware, including viruses, trojans, spyware, and more. If this scan also came up clean, it suggests that your system isn't harboring any common types of malware. Things to keep in mind. 1. No tool is perfect. While it's unlikely, no security tool can guarantee 100% protection, especially against brand new or very sophisticated threats. However, the fact that both tools found nothing should give you a good level of confidence. 2. Ongoing vigilance. Continue to be cautious with what you download, click on, and install. Regular updates to your security software, as well as safe browsing habits, are key to keeping your system secure over time. 3. Routine checks. It's a good practice to run periodic scans, even if everything seems fine. This helps catch any new threats that might emerge after your last scan. Conclusion. Given that both TDSS Killer and Kaspersky Antivirus didn't find anything, you can feel safe for now. Just keep up your regular security practices, and if you notice anything unusual in the future, you can always run another scan. If you're feeling good about this, you can move forward with peace of mind. If anything comes up later, just let me know. I'm here to help.
So if I got this, I got through phishing, yeah, and that's how they send the emails and stuff, is it?
Yes, bro. Phishing is a common way that cybercriminals try to trick people into downloading malware or giving away sensitive information. Here's a quick breakdown of how it usually works. Mosh, how phishing works. 1. Phishing emails. Cybercriminals send out emails that appear to be from legitimate sources, like banks, social media platforms, or even friends. These emails often urge you to take action, such as clicking on a link, downloading an attachment, or logging into a website. 2. Links to malicious sites. If you click on a link in a phishing email, it might take you to a fake website designed to look like a legitimate one. On this site, they might try to steal your login credentials, credit card numbers, or other personal information. 3. Malicious attachments. Sometimes, phishing emails contain attachments that look like invoices, receipts, or important documents. If you download and open these attachments, they might execute malicious code that installs malware on your computer, like trojans, ransomware, or keyloggers. 4. Droppers. As you mentioned earlier, some phishing attacks might use a dropper, a small piece of malware that quietly downloads and installs other, more harmful malware onto your system. How it might have happened. If you received a suspicious email and clicked on a link or downloaded an attachment, that could have been the entry point for malware. Even if nothing obvious happened right away, a dropper might have silently installed additional malware in the background. Staying safe. 1. Be wary of unsolicited emails. If you receive an unexpected email, especially one asking you to click a link or download an attachment, be cautious. Verify the sender before taking any action. 2. Check URLs carefully. Before clicking on any links, hover over them to see where they'll take you. Be suspicious if the URL looks unusual or doesn't match the supposed sender. 3. Use antivirus software. Keep your antivirus software up to date and run regular scans, just like you've been doing. It can catch and remove malware before it causes too much damage. 4. Educate yourself. Understanding how phishing works and staying informed about new scams is one of the best ways to protect yourself. If you suspect you might have been targeted by a phishing attack, but your scans came up clean, you're likely in the clear. Just keep being cautious going forward. Anything else you're concerned about or want to discuss?
All right, so yeah, this is being a 320 is being 12 hours ish, 10 hours I would say. Taking, I had some steak and half an hour break. But I started at 3:30 in the morning. So I am rewatching. I've done the course already, but I am rewatching all the videos and summarizing them. because also, you know, the only way I can really absorb everything is by writing, and then after I'll read this to Otero, which is, or I can either read to ChatGPT as well. It's basically the same I would say. But then after I read the notes I have, he gets the notes, and then I can discuss with him about it. Yeah, with him. See you in a bit.